We're getting our first look at the drafts of the new redistricting maps for California. Welcome back. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. This could have a big impact on future elections. An independent commission is in charge of drawing the lines for state and federal seats.
Political reporter Morgan Reiner explains some of the big changes that have people talking.
One expert who actually draws local district lines told me that in places like the Central Valley, it's going to be more difficult for the Democratic representative to keep his seat because, well, the new district lines, they incorporate more Republicans into that population. It's one story like that after another. It's important to note that these maps you see here are just drafts. They could change significantly before the final round comes out in December. But this is what the current districts look like at the state level for assembly members. This is what it could look like based on the new map.
Have definitely had a lot of change, so much so that 28 assembly members now find themselves being in the same districts with other members.
What does that mean?
There are a number of areas where maybe two assembly members lived kind of close to each other, but they were in different districts. And so now when the commission moves the line, these two assembly members find themselves what we call nested in one district. These two assembly members now reside in one district, and either they're going to have to run against each other, or one of them is going to have to go load everything into a U-Haul and move back into their district wherever it went.
For Congress, there are some key areas under the microscope right now, like LA County. Paul Mitchell said the biggest Latino voting bloc, not just in the state, but the country.
They essentially removed one seat where Latinos have had a voting right to elect a candidate of choice, and that seat is now gone.
Or the Central Valley, where Democrat Josh Harder, who only beat the Republican incumbent in 2018 by 5 points, will face more Republicans.
Ended up creating a seat in the Central Valley that goes from Stanislaus to Lake Tahoe to Death Valley, kind of a massive leftovers district after they got done drawing some other seats. So I think the commission will come back and deal with that.
In San Diego County, we could see 3 Democratic representatives fight it out with each other because the new district lines overlap with each other. Why is this so important on a national level? Because Republicans only need to win back a few seats during the midterm elections in order to take back control of the House.